I'm here with something that I just was reading on Facebook about nonverbal autistic kids that start speaking after they move out of moldy homes. And what it made me think of, um, there was a nonverbal person, or maybe he was just a person who refused to speak, that a police officer recently shot and I believe he killed. And that makes me think back to like how the gang stalkers act when I stop talking to them. So, what it makes me think is the gang stalkers in my building know about the mold. Um, and they had assumed that I went 24 hours without talking. It was the last time I went to my mom's house. I didn't want to talk to anybody. And they had assumed that that meant that I was nonverbal. I don't know if they get rewarded for making me stop talking, which would maybe have something to do with the moldy conditions that have been created in my unit. Um, because that is something that has every ability to make someone stop functioning. Uh, so I think what I need to do research on, I was reading something about folic acid. That was something that, as my grandfather got older, he was deficient and he had to take folic acid supplements. So, cerebral folic something or other is a part of your brain that's affected by folic acid deficiency. Um, so now I have to relate that to mold, and I can't really get evidence of what they talk to me about because they do so through V2K. Uh, but I definitely remember when I was driving home from my mom's house the day after I got my slow speed speeding ticket when I refused to talk to the police officer. So that was like the beginning of the 24 hours of not speaking. They had mentioned something about, we made her go 24 hours without speaking. So they were really excited about it. Um, and I guess they had thought that I was being affected by the mold conditions in my apartment. My apartment's actually pretty clean aside from uh, when it's over 50% humidity. I never noticed it up until now. Not never noticed it. What I'm talking about never noticed was stuff growing on my walls or on my belongings. So mold grows very quickly. Within 48 hours, if I have all my windows and doors sealed and the humidity is over 50%, that's just prime mold growing conditions. But I have been very good, at least while it's hot and humid, about keeping humidity in my apartment while it may be like 90 something degrees. Inside my apartment, my humidity is around 45, 46. Um, so I just sit through that until I can't take it anymore. Right now, I have my doors open to let cool air in. And then I'll seal it up again and do this again. And humidity is going to stay less than 50. So that nonverbal thing, that's by choice. I made a choice not to talk to low vibrational people. Um, right. Like today, I didn't even want to talk when I went to Costco, but I did because sometimes people try to force you to talk by pretending like they don't understand. Um, so I'm just going to continue to carry around a pad of paper and a pen and a pencil. And if you have confidential informant energy, I'm not talking to you. I'm not looking at you. Don't come to this building. Um, yeah, nope, I'm not doing it. So, no, I feel very good. I don't know. How do I look? Don't I look great? Um, yeah. Today, I'll tell you what I did as far as controlling cleanliness. I got some storage totes to put things that I desire to keep moisture free in. So that's like extra blankets. I think I'm going to use one for my towels and anything else I can fit in there. And then some paperwork, and I put the silica beads in the sealed box, and that saves my stuff from getting damaged should the humidity levels rise over 50%. Because the silica is color changing silica, so as soon as it's over 50%, I will be able to visually see inside of a clear plastic container if my stuff is at risk of being damaged. Um, no, we're pretty good. The it's not. I don't know how hot of a summer it's gonna be. Um, but right now, I am in the best situation I think I could possibly be in. It could be better, but given the circumstances, this is better than a lot of the people's in this building. Um, when I walk in the building, that extra piece of carpet on the front stairs makes the building smell like it's moldy. So if you were to just come in and hang out on the stairs, the entire building smells like a shithole building. Um, but if you walk back towards my apartment, it smells really nice. Uh, the area where my apartment's at, maybe the best smelling, despite how awful my breath smells, despite how hairy my armpits are. So, yeah, I would suggest minding your own business if you were here, if you moved into this building to try to get a reaction out of me, you should go somewhere else. Um, there's nothing you're gonna, no, no. Like today on the stairs, I was talking about the people earlier, and then I may go and look at the video, may not. I don't really care to. But it was definitely the two girls walked past and said something about me being smelly, to which I laughed because I had just taken a shower, and in my shower, as soon as the hot water hits my head, it smells like tea tree. It smells delicious. Um, so I don't know what they were talking. It smells because there's an extra piece of carpet on the stairs downstairs that often gets soaked and then not ever really dried. So we're just sitting in here with everybody that walks on that piece of carpet has mold spores on their shoes probably. Um, so, yep. And just do the best you can do. This is somebody wants this to be a slumlord building. It's not. I don't know who pays $8 million to make a building into a slumlord building. You just paid $8 million and are like, let it pay itself off. That's really weird. Um, I would think that you would want to make sure that your investment is well taken care of. But on the other hand, what I see is like, let's say that this was a completely different building. Let's be hypothetical about it. Um, do drugs make more money than rent? Hypothetically, if you were part of a crime mob and you needed a place for your trap house, $8 million building. Hypothetically. Well, maybe you could buy one for cheaper. If you bought one for cheaper, all the residents would probably be okay with it already. So I don't know. And then I was just watching this thing on confidential informants. It's very interesting. It's actually from 2015. And I do believe that a lot of these people who are gang stalking me are actually confidential informants. They feel like they have immunity, but they don't. They feel like they have immunity because they were told by officers and officials to do this activity to me, and it's going to get them off of their criminal history or record. Like, say they're able to get me to buy drugs from them, or to get me to sell drugs. But that's like, hypothetically, that's what criminal informants are asked to do. I don't know why the reason they don't refuse is because they're threatened, because they're really criminals. You can't threaten me. I'm not a criminal. We've gone through this for 6 years, and you've tried every single way possible to find a crime or a way to entrap me or a way to force me to commit a crime, right? The last couple of places, it was like entrapment. So I can't wait for my day to talk about this. And that's the other part of it, is they don't care if you die. They don't care who dies because they're in the pursuit of closing cases, chasing the closed case. They're trying to find, well, what they're doing back in 2015. Who is it? Barbara Walters. They are creating crimes. They're not solving crimes. They're turning people into criminals. Here, you do this criminal offense, you get another confidential informant to buy it from you. Now you have two people with criminal histories that are committing more crime to try to get rid of their criminal history. Does that make any sense? It makes zero sense. Oh, thanks. Hi, new subscriber. Um, I appreciate that. Uh, that is how I feel. And that's also why I feel like I've been targeted. The reason they get excited when I put a mask over my face is because they don't want people to look at me. They've told people that I was a crackhead. The reason my teeth, I don't have to go over this again. But I like to. I like to because I like to smile in their face and let them know you might have all your teeth, but you're a motherfucking drug addict. You might have all your teeth, but they're gonna fall out soon. You might have all your teeth, you're not gonna make it past 40. So that's my idea of when I smile at the people I know are actual drug addicts. Um, how long have you been non-binary twin? Non-binary, do you mean like I don't have a gender? Gender fluid. Uh, I don't know what non-binary. Uh, I don't put myself. I'm a female, obviously, but I could care less if you think I'm a man, uh, because that's a projection. Um, if you were to smell my period, you wouldn't call me a man. If you were to, there's all kinds of things that I could do that would let you know that I'm not a man. I've been called a little boy on the bus before by someone who's tried to trigger me, and I wanted to say, but I didn't. Why? Is that what you like? Right? And then I would have got his ass. So be careful what you project. Like, that's the reason I don't make fun of people because, well, I take that back. When I make fun of people, I go off of their projections. It usually starts with somebody saying some stupid shit to me first. And when I say when I make fun of people, it's usually through brainwave because my mom taught me if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. So mean things is very rare for like really mean things to come out of my mouth unless I know you really well and you've hurt my feelings. Then I will say whatever the fuck. And that's the reason why I'm where I'm at, because I spent my lifetime around people who have wanted to do nothing more but to hurt my feelings. So it turned me into a very vicious bitch. I can roast anybody, any day, anytime. But it's simply because I've gotten in touch with myself and I've stopped doing the shit that's nasty. I've stopped doing the shit. Non-binary means good person, Mark. Oh, how long have I been? Since what I'll say is, how long have I consciously been a good person? After I graduated high school, when I turned 18. Um, how long have I no, I can't say that because when I was hanging out with a lot of people and I had a lot of friends, I would go with the flow. And sometimes people do things that are not nice. Even so much as like recently, there was a situation where a group of people, there's a person that had a name that's not common. And the first name really looks like a last name, and the last name looks like a first name, but it's not. And it has everything to do with religion and race. And I think that names are one of the things that should be most respected. Otherwise, you're like a piece of shit for a person. Like, here's what I mean. You know how to read, right? If you know how to read, you should be able to phonetically pronounce it out and allow the person to correct you if they feel the need to. But anytime people do not make an effort, like when their brain shuts off before they finish reading someone's name, before they try to figure it out, that tells me everything I need to know about that person. It doesn't matter what the name is. You know your alphabet, right? So phonetically sound that shit out. That's respectful, right? Even if you start, I apologize if I butcher this name. But if you don't have to announce your apology if you really put forth an effort. And I think that's being a good person. And if you mean how long have I been I've been a good person my whole entire life. Maybe in my younger years, I didn't know what a good person was, but the intention was there. Um, when I started getting into trouble, I can tell you, I didn't drive myself to the mall to shoplift. Someone took me there. I was transported there. uh, just about every single time. When I got of an age to drive a car, I had to have a job. That means I had to make money to pay for my car, and I didn't have the time to go and do the stupid shit. So I've been employed since I was 15, with a few breaks in between, but very steadily employed since I was 15. I'm 42, so that's getting close to 30 years of employment, right? Um, and that's a difference. Like, let's say I don't want to compare myself to my brother because I feel like somebody took advantage of him and he let them. When he was growing up, he had every opportunity to become a professional BMX rider. He used to ride bikes with like the Foster twins, Dave Mira, all kinds of bike riders. And he I remember going to Lemoore Nationals race once and watching him quit or give up. I think they were shit talking to him, and he just is like, whatever. And he fucked his shit up. He didn't put forth all of the effort that he should have. And he had every opportunity, every chance, every ability to win, but we didn't come from a family that had all kinds of money to really support him in that way. So, like, his bike saved him from getting into trouble at an even younger age. I don't know when he found drugs or who it was that he found drugs from, but once he got into that, he went away with it. So as I'm watching this confidential informant thing, I think back to having him pulled off the bus in New Mexico. He was released from parole in New Mexico. He probably turned my name in, which is why I've been overtly stalked ever since. Um, so I don't know if he's using this network of confidential informants, network of people, network of whoever, right, to try to set me up still. It's not going to happen. I have zero reason to do any of that shit. Uh, right? Even smoking weed. I don't need to smoke weed anymore. So this will be really fun. It's like I watched this one girl get pulled over, and she was so excited about getting pulled over because she couldn't wait to talk her shit to the cop because she knew she did something wrong. That's me. Like, when I got pulled over for going 45, all I could think of was, I cannot wait to go to court and talk about being stalked. I cannot wait to go to court and address your confidential informant program. So, um, the reason I was going 45 miles per hour on the freeway is because there's a confidential informant program where there's people around me several times a day that try to get this voice file. I've been offered methamphetamine by someone right outside of my apartment, uh, in a place where we've never, if people are using drugs and paraphernalia like that, they have always kept it hidden or kept it to themselves. Most recently, I came home the other night and there's a crack pipe right in front of the door. Somebody left another pookie pipe on the escalator when I go to work. Like, they are following me around trying to get me mixed up into their bullshit, and it will never be me. It will never be. I don't even want to hit a weed pipe because of the fact that it has a resemblance to smoking from a different kind of pipe. Like, I'll smoke out of an apple before I smoke out of a weed pipe. Um, I just don't. I don't. I don't see the need for this program. You guys are making more people into criminals. You are allowing crime to. You are giving people a pass to continue uh, criminal activity. And so I started to believe maybe these people who got named in a RICO, maybe they got entered into a confidential informant program, and their job was to entrap me. The job that I held previously, somebody at the firm, I can't say at the firm, but somebody intercepted an email communication, and they were able to steal 30,000 supposedly, if what everything was said was true. The person who intercepted the email stole $30,000 by providing fraudulent wire information. And that's what they tried to get me mixed up in. but I reported it to the labor commissioner because I have nothing to do with it. Labor commissioner said there's no jurisdiction. So my next steps within however many years I still have, if I still have like a year left, I think it's like 3 years I get to say something about it. So I still have maybe a year left to find the right place to report that to. Um, is it my job as an upstanding citizen to do that? I think so when my name is involved in it. Um, I think that I need to do the best of my ability to make sure that the paper trail is very clear. I've worked for some of the, I will say one in particular, one of the best female litigators in, I will say, the entire history of the world. Um, and she showed me how to create a paper trail with very detailed evidence that clearly explains the point you're trying to get across. So I'm very thankful for my experience working for an attorney that other people had written off as difficult to work with because they didn't understand what she was asking for. Um, I find that I communicate better with people that other maybe neurotypical people would consider difficult because I can I have to clarify everything. If I don't clarify, I'm going to do something wrong. So working with people who are difficult, right? Either they're going to get pissed off at my need for clarification or they're going to embrace it. And I find that uh, some people say I provide too much information, and those are usually people who I have profiled as criminal. When I'm told not to take notes, that's immediately red flag. If someone says you don't need to take notes on, I do need to take notes because for the last however many years, everything I've been through, when people walk up to your desk and say, this is the area where the investigation is, and you've done nothing, like, that's really weird. Um, so I really don't know. Um, I had when I was working at the place that first, and that's another thing. So I'm considered a whistleblower, right? Because I've discussed things that put people in particular places in trouble, right? So considered whistleblower for speaking out against being wrongfully terminated, whatever you want to say. Uh, I can tell you about everything that that place has done wrong as far as some of the lawsuits that people have filed against them. I can confirm those things because I worked there and I saw it with my own two eyes. So I would be considered a whistleblower. And let's say you have a huge network of people, you could arrange for someone like a recruiter or something to reach out, get me primed in a position for the perfect job so then you can continue to keep trying to set me up. But you can't do that because I take too many notes. I take too many notes. I'm extremely good at my job. Uh, the only times where, not the only times, mistakes are made when I have to rush because I feel like someone's slowing me down. And that's what the point of rushing me is. Like, I can't tell you how many places I've been at that count how many emails I have in my inbox. And that's why I think this is all part of like confidential informant, whatever it is. What I think it's like a whole Wednesday. We'll call it Project Wednesday, where um, somebody at the company has knowledge of what they're using me for, but they are like opposite agent. So they pretend like, oh, we're going to set this bitch up for a crime to see how many people join in. And back when I worked at Lewis, Brisbois, Biscard, and Smith, 150 people left the firm at the same time in May of 2023. And I wonder if that has anything to do with them not being able to convict me of a crime. Like, did they sign up for confidential informant contracts that they were not able to finish, like the investigation that they didn't get to finish? And is that what made them have to leave the firm? So they broke off, started a new firm. Supposedly racist emails were found, blah, 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 discussion, mudslinging. Firm shut down. New firm shut down. right? And then one of the guys goes on to say something like, this is the most embarrassing thing in his life or something like that. And I'm like, can you imagine what these people that you talk shit about feel? Like, nobody feels bad that you're crying because you got arrested. No, everybody is cheering. They're clapping their hands. Everybody that you sent an email about and you said bullshit because of their race, their gender, whatever it is, their preference, whatever you talked about as gossip with other coworkers, not coworkers, co-counsel, whatever. All of those people you talked about are laughing at your ass, right? That shit's funny as fuck. How do you, and that's another thing. People get set up all the time. People get put into high positions that they don't deserve because someone above them wants them to get set up. So I am very happy being a little person without major responsibilities, without a ton of recognition, because I feel like when people get put into those positions, those are the people who are set up to be taken out. So I don't go after big shiny. Um, not anymore. No. I remember the last time I went for big shiny, that's what got me in this. I went for big shiny money. And it's not even compared to now, it's not like big shiny. There's more money. So you can work life balance doesn't mean the job that pays you the most money. Work life balance is the job that gives you the most comfort, the most freedom. Um, so a lot of people pick jobs based on money and access and authority. And I don't care about any of those things. That's why I've been targeted, because of things I have access to. People think I post a picture of me driving Acura, right? I don't know what car I had at the time, but I posted a picture of me driving an Acura, and like 30 something people on Instagram started looking for my car because they wanted to fuck it up. That's what access does. When somebody with no access, no ability, no skill, jealousy, I don't know what it is, uh, when they find out that you have access to something, it makes them very jealous and they want to destroy your access to it. But like, that wasn't even a rental car, that was a test drive. How are you going to destroy my access to a test drive? That's so funny. The people that came and said, how much did you pay for it? Like, I posted a picture of me with a car. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? What? How many people would have replied if I had found somebody who let me sit in their Bentley? If I post photos as if I'm a clout chaser, you guys lose your fucking mind. Uh, it's crazy. You're free to take pictures of most anything, unless it's like there's like strict limits on it. With this day and age, my phone on my camera, at least the back phone, is covered because I don't care to be out there with instant photo taking ability. Like, there was a point in time when cameras were a big deal and people back in, oh my gosh, I wonder how many of you guys missed the age when we used to have pocket cameras. We used to carry out the motherfucking Sony little pocket whatever power shot bitch with the like 5 megapixel shit at the motherfucking club and shit, taking pictures with a digital camera separate from your little Nokia ass fucking brick ass cell phone back in the day. Like, this iPhone shit, as cool as it is, I hope you guys are starting to realize how much of your safety and security and identity is compromised because you crave access to technology. I've gone along with it and I've ridden with it. I'm an AOL kid. I created HTML websites back in the day before Flash was even Flash. So, I'm over it. It sure is fun now. I may go back to school for coding because I do enjoy inspecting a web page and finding errors in the code. So, right, like, do you know user interface and then they can layer on shit, so they can make buttons disappear or buttons that aren't there appear. Like, when you're looking at a website, it's not really what you even think it is. um, Codes and links, if you could look at things from the developer side, is not as much fun. They have to put all this extra shit in it to make it look pretty, and that's all it is a pretty page. So yeah, it is interesting. I think I will go back for computer science. I love computer science. So computer science and criminal justice, and between the two, forensic computer science, so I could catch your asses, maybe. Terry Davis or Temple OS? No, I have not. Tell me about it. Who's Terry Davis? And what's I've heard of Graphene OS, and graphene's the same shit I found in my apartment. Today my feet are dirty. Do you want to know why? Today I didn't wear socks with my shoes, and then I did walk around my apartment quite a bit, but I don't think the dust is from my apartment. I wore my flip flops. I gotta wash my flip flops, I think. He was a programmer. No, I just watched this thing though on like CIA, FBI spies. I could never do that because I can't lie about shit. Do you know how much a toll lying takes on you? Lying eats away at your brain. Imagine being caught in a lie. Imagine signing up for a secret service and being caught in a lie, and that's your life. Why would you want to do that? So I watched this thing on this guy who like started out young, I think in his 20s, went over to Germany or something. He had a wife in the United States, had a wife in Germany, kids in both, and like has to keep a secret. You know, like one wife doesn't know about the other wife. He's got a whole different identity. It's not even his real name. The whole backstory is fake. How do you that would never work with me. Every second I would be like, that's a lie. Doesn't sound right. No, that would never work for me. Um, I don't know if I will ever meet anybody that I could believe enough. What letters always seem to pop up when there's nefarious intent? Um, I just, I think, I think there's nefarious intent everywhere. It is a matter of like vetting the people that you put yourself around. Something you can't do in an apartment building because people can move in as they please, but that's why people move into like luxury apartment building. But at the same time, if you move into a luxury apartment building, there's going to be a luxury criminal inside of that building. Like, it's everywhere. There's no way of getting away from it. Um, oh, yeah. I don't even know what that is. Like, that is, I want to say it's a little bit of narcissism. It's a little bit of people with authority taking advantage of it. Um, how, I wonder, how do they live with themselves knowing what they've done? Like the people who are conducting MK Ultra experiments, whether this is or is not, I'm fine. I feel perfectly fine. Um, Only thing that really needs to be fixed is my teeth. This can turn into an infection, blood infection, go to my brain and kill me instantly. So I do have to do something about that very soon. Um, I am just doing my best to get along. That's why I documented the reason why it's like this. In the event of an untimely passing, I think that those people should be held responsible for causing me to have dental trauma to the point where I don't want to get this fixed. I'll deal with death over getting my teeth fixed. So, right? That it's like living in this apartment with the possibility of there being mold. There's mold. There's a possibility of mold everywhere. It's, do you know what creates optimal conditions for it? Um, And then, are you in a place where there's an extreme amount of it? So, like, for instance, in my case, the building that got torn down that has to lay dormant for 15 years before they can build on that plot, it was just like 2 or 3 years ago that they had started doing construction. Maybe they were tilling the land. I don't know. They've paved over it now. So, but how many mold spores were there? Somebody, that was a slummy building, right? I want to go back. How do I know you can, and look at Google Earth or whatever and see what that lot looked like before it was a lot. Because the building next to it, I believe, also has similar problems. It's a toxic tort. And I wonder if any of these people are getting paid for it. Or if they turned it into a Section 8 because they think Section 8 people are too stupid to understand. I want to meet the smart Section 8 people. I want to help them. Because I don't think, if you are not smart enough to understand what's going on, you need someone to tell you. If you are, so please, old school Dave, pass this along to anybody in the building. If you are a Section 8 tenant and there's problems in your apartment, you can let me know. The inspector's going to come. Clean your shit up. Do your part. Clean your shit up so that when they come and inspect, they can find out that it's the building, right? Your apartment should not be in disrepair. The state is paying for your shit. You might have to pay a little bit. If you have to put any money in, your shit should be up to code. So, if you need somebody to help you understand that shit, don't let these people take advantage of you because they think that you can't read or something. Find somebody who can fucking read. I'm an advanced reader. Do you need help? What else? That's the reason. Another reason why. So, my idea is, as far as like slumlord buildings go, what happens to a building that gets turned from a regular rental unit into a Section 8 building, and why? Because my main question I always ask ever is why? Why would you do that? What is the benefit of having subsidized Section 8 over normal tenants? Normal tenants complain. Normal tenants complain because they're paying $1,400 or more a month, right? If my rent is $1,400, everybody else is more than that because I'm one of the longest tenants here. I think there's 2 or 3 people, maybe a handful of people with rent that's cheaper than mine. So if I'm paying $1,400 a month for rent, I want this shit fixed. And that's where the problem is. If you're a Section 8 tenant, you're just going to be like, whatever, it's a free apartment. That's not right. Your problems become problems of people who pay full rent, and then it's a whole problem. That's when lawsuits happen. I'm not saying I'm going to sue. I'm just going to let the state do what they have to do. I just have to make sure that I stay available. Another thing I want to say, I got a phone call from, excuse me, I looked up the number. I look up every number that calls me because if your name is not in my phone, I don't want to talk to you. So I look up every number that calls me, and one of the numbers was like a title XIIX something. It had to do with CPS, Child Services System. And then that makes me think back to my sister. Somebody called CPS on her ass, and it wasn't me. And I feel like she blames me for it. And I don't know if that phone call was to see if I have any thoughts about like, oh my gosh, I've called them before. No, I haven't. I haven't because I would never want my nieces and nephew to go through the shit that I went through. Mine wasn't even bad. Mine was the result of me stealing, being trafficked to steal because I got a ride there. I didn't drive there myself. Every time I ever got caught shoplifting, somebody else drove me there to do it. So this is set up since I was 15 years old. But anyways, Right. I've solved this in my head to the best of my ability. This is what happens when your Japanese mother brings her hybrid black and yellow bumblebee kids into a predominantly white neighborhood. Uh, they somebody decided they're gonna make me a criminal because their kid is not smart enough to get a job. I don't know. I won't say not smart enough. I cannot judge people's smarts. Um, that's like what school is for, no? But what I was thinking I want to do, because I'm really good at taking tests, I think, I don't know, I want to just give the LSAT and the MCAT a shot without studying. Just kidding. I might study, maybe take a practice test, and then really go take them and see how I do. I wonder, I don't know, is it multiple choice? If it's multiple choice, I may have a good chance. Um, Educated guesses. A little bit of my House trivia. I used to watch a lot of House. Uh, and then another thing I was thinking of, back when I wanted to be a forensic pathologist, the reason I wanted to be a forensic pathologist was because I didn't want to kill people. They're already dead. If you're a forensic pathologist, they're already dead. You just got to find out what happened. That's much better for me. I could deal with that much better than a surgeon who loses a patient. So, but one of the things I also think about, is that a vein or is that ink or what, is that a bruise? What is that? One of the things I also think about is you would then carry knowledge of every single person that you had to dissect, like what happened to them, how traumatic it was. And I don't think I want to do that. Um, in my old age, I decided I can leave that for someone younger. I don't know. Maybe I can handle it for like the last whatever 20 years of my life. Uh, we a 80-year-old motherfucking forensic pathologist. I will probably still be working at that age because just how things go. Um, I don't mind if I'm so thankful that I enjoy the work I do, because I don't know if this job is meant for anybody else. There are so many people who could never, and I very much enjoy what I do. Um, that's why I've done it for 23 years. I've tried to leave. I've tried to get into other things, and I just keep coming back. I love it. Um, so we're in a really good place here. When I come across people who don't like their job, like we do the same thing and you don't like it, I can't wait for your ass to get out of there. I'll do all your work. Don't worry, give it to me. It doesn't make any sense to have somebody in an establishment that doesn't want to be there. Um, I've always ever gone to work for the sole purpose of working, not for socialization, not, it's for the paycheck, obviously, but I have taken jobs where I've gotten paid not enough money, and I've taken jobs where I've gotten paid more money than, well, there's never more money than necessary. I still have bills. I owe people money. So it's never motherfucking extra money out there. Um, but it's satisfying, I'll say, because I get to resolve things. The more satisfying are when somebody makes that shit stretch out for a month longer than it should, and then I finally resolve it. Most satisfying. So that's part of the fun of like cleaning up your email inbox. Like, did that, did all of that, finished that, that's done. Inbox, goal 0 met. Every day. At least get through all of them. You got to get through all of them to see if somebody asked you to do something that's time sensitive. And that's all. So, are we still having fun here? Was the point of this to make me stop smoking weed? Because that's all that she did. And I got the same little lazy eye my mom has. Maybe it is because of the way I'm leaning. Uh, Maybe there was mold in her last apartment. But do you see? It's like I have one lazy eye, but I don't. This one opens up really big. It could have something to do with my contacts. Um, isn't this fun? You want to know how I used to smile when I had teeth? Like that. I liked it when you could see all the way to the back. All of them. I'm going to start smiling like this again and just not giving a fuck. Uh, I don't know. Is that why you can't get the hit on it? Um, because it blocks some of the retina. It blocks some of the retina, and so I don't even need to wear those little visor things. Um, if that's what you guys are doing, retina scanning. Uh, you can scan. I don't know how true it is, but I read somewhere that you can scan retinas and tell if someone's autistic. Also, people will present as autistic if they live in a house full of mold. So we'll see how 30 days goes. I think I'll only get prettier. Man, I really am pretty. Shit. Even with no teeth. This is one of the most fun things to do. To go from looking like this to like this. Oh, feedback. I can hear it's from upstairs to the right. Somebody's watching Horde. Is that you? Is that your apartment? Uh, um, yeah. I remember one of the first times I got to use my teeth to scare somebody away. It was a guy. I was walking. I don't know if I was pushing the shopping cart, if I had my cat, or when did this happen? When I still had my doggy, maybe? I think it's right before my dog died. I was walking on Sunset Boulevard, and somebody stopped and talked to me like they wanted to get my number, and then all I did was like this. And they stopped. They said, oh. Oh. What? You don't want my number anymore? So, yeah, as someone who has been raped, as somebody who has been a victim of a sexual assault, I'm very happy with how my teeth are, because this prevents fake relationships instantly, almost instantly. So, yeah, don't have to worry about that. So, all that this is doing, should you guys be doing this to other people who are like me, you're making it nearly impossible to procreate with someone like me. So you're I don't want to put myself up on as high of a pedestal as you have put me up on, but you put me into a place where I'm untouchable, and that's unfortunate, right? Yeah, it's not like there's really no chance of getting one of your sleeper spies in next to me. You guys have tried it. You guys have tried it. So I wonder now, is Michael Burbank his real name? Can I say that? Is that his real name? Because when I was watching this thing about the undercover, They created a whole profile for him. They took a little kid who had passed away when he was younger, and they took his information and they created a whole story about him. So if somebody were to be an informant or a spy, uh, they would do all of that stuff that I thought nobody would take the time to do. Um, right? Like, because I remember asking questions and stuff like why people live the way they do. And then you think about connections people have. Like, let's say that somebody is a member of the LA Athletic Club. You know how many big wigs go to LA Athletic Club? You know how many hot tubs you could be sitting in with little private conversations about bitches that you're gonna harass? I wonder if someone from Louis Brisbois is a member of the athletic club and tried to get a sleeper agent in on me. Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, my hands are like this. This is pen ink, nothing else. It was just pen ink. Pen ink. Fountain pen ink. What else? What else? I think that's it for tonight. My apartment is now cool enough. Well, let's see where we're at. 85 degrees. Earlier it was 90 in this bitch. And we were okay because it was a dry 90. But we're going to go ahead and now work on the humidity again. Because it's either temperature or humidity. You can't have both. You cannot. It's very hard to have a low temperature and a low humidity at the same time. We have to get to winter for that. So I wonder what this summer is going to be like. Oh my God. Am I going to have to cave in next month and get an air conditioner? I've lived here 11 years with 0 air conditioner. So if I have to get an air conditioner next year, that means global warming is real. Do you know how nice and comfortable it is not to have an air conditioner? Similar to a microwave, I don't like that shit. Right? I only ever use it in my car when it's like over 90. If it's not over 90, I keep my windows down. Just windows down always. If it's cold outside, windows are still down and the heater's on. So this is fun. I'm looking at the difference in my eye. Why does the right eye... Is it because of the way I have my neck? Maybe. Whoa, my eye has something to do with the way my spine is sitting. That's crazy. No, the right eye opens way bigger than the left. I wonder why that is. That's crazy. Oh, it's so nice in here. Oh. You guys thought you were going to get me fucked up. Is this pen ink on my forehead? God damn it. Ooh, it feels so good. Finally got the cold air coming through. What am I going to eat for dinner? Am I going to have a scrimp? Butterfly scrimps? The salmons? Just the veggies? Veggies and salmons? Veggie salmon's rice, that's too much food. I'm not going to eat all of it. I don't feel like cooking. Cooking's going to make it hot and steamy in here. I might just have a salmons. Salmons and the veggies. The veggies will clear up some of the humidity from the fucking rice. I don't want to make rice. We're just going to make the salmon and veggies. I don't know. Hard decision. Shrimp. That's probably what it is going to be. Shrimp or a tuna sandwich. I don't feel like cooking. Tuna sandwich. I got these pickles. I want, maybe I'll make a hamburger. Do I have everything for the hamburger? No veggies. I am. Big girl. One day, maybe. Uh, no, I wish. 280, that's a lot of muscle. You know how much muscle you gotta have to carry around 280 pounds? I don't like when people talk about what I call, so big people. Big people are happy people with good intentions. When you use the word fat, that's a nasty person. So he said a big girl. That's good. I don't mind being called big girl. I'm not a big girl though. That's funny. She ain't a lady unless she's 280. That's funny. Um, but those ones, as long as you're happy. Oh, let's talk about who I saw at Costco today. Um, Nobody looked at me like I was a celebrity, so that was a good thing. There was a wheelchair user that did a double back, like they wanted to follow me while I pushed my cart through the store, but they didn't realize that it looked silly. Maybe they did, but like I had started walking one way and they drove that way with their power chair, but then I'd made a quick left to go the way that I normally go, and that's the way they had started out original. So that's how I knew that they were fucking around with me, because they came in, checked their Costco card, and from the checking thing, if they wanted to go the way which they ended up going, they could have just gone. They didn't have to do the big old circle. But because I had made as if I was going to go in an opposite direction, not to say it revolves around me. Maybe this person just changed their mind. But I got animal herded by a person in a wheelchair, electric wheelchair today. And last week when I went there to actually do my grocery shop, I only went to Costco to get the plastic totes and some shit to solve this. But last week when I actually went grocery shopping and I was in the produce area, there was a lady. I don't know if she had a power chair. I think so. Maybe. It was a smaller power chair. Um, and she did her best to get in my way and try to block me. And I know because I had pushed my cart in, picked up my coconut water, the actual coconuts, and then instead of like going out in the full circle, like she had already blocked off the edge over there, and I don't know if she was thinking I was going to still go try to make the full circle and go around and let her be in my way so she could hold me up or whatever. So instead of going forward, I just backed up and went out. And in the time that I was backing up, she tried to cut me off to hold me in there, but her chair wasn't quick enough. So that's what made me notice the guy in the power chair this time. It's really strange. So now I'm being targeted by people in power chairs. I don't know why. They just are there power chair criminals? Of course, they have samples out. Only one I tried was the oat milk, and it's not something I don't think I would buy it. I do use milk alternatives because I'm lactose, but I'm lactose in denial. So if I want milk, I choose milk, and I'll just deal with the bubble guts. But I did notice almost always after I drink milk, the first words out of my mouth are my stomach hurts. So half and half doesn't do the same thing to me. Is that what it is? Is that a thing? Oh my gosh. That's what it felt like. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's to the point where it's hilarious. Anytime anybody tries to block my path, I wait. I have patience. Before I used to not have patience, right? And I don't know how often I used to just run through the line. Maybe I did that. I don't know if I do that still. But I definitely have patience now. It's the reason why Horn honking does nothing to me. It's the reason why I dance in my car when I'm driving in traffic, because traffic doesn't bother me. It just is extra time for me to have a good time. Right? Why the fuck did they put a radio in the car? You're not supposed to sit there and be mad at people. Find something to listen to. Fuck. Like, traffic has never. Traffic. Oh, okay. It's a couple things. When you know someone is purposely creating a situation to slow you down, that's what's triggering. Traffic in general is not triggering for me. It's when I detect their motor case. But see, that's why you get a 6-second car. Most of the gang stalkers' cars are not 6-second cars. So if you got a 6-second car, bye. Right? If you got a manual transmission, bye. So you're not gonna hold me in or block me. Very rarely will I have to do a maneuver. That's how you guys. That's what's a setup. That's what this is, a setup. Forcing me to do illegal things, forcing me to do things that put other people's lives in danger because you want to fuck around with me. So like examples are having to drive on the wrong side of the road because people want to fucking be stupid in front of you. I don't do that, but I have in the past. Um, I am able to recognize when they do like color coding car days, uh, don't let her get ahead of you car days, the secret turn in front of you motherfucking shit. So I do not take into consideration gang stalkers when I'm driving, because that makes you drive differently than you would on any regular day. If somebody wants to pull up to my car like they're going to hit my car, I'm holding my spot. You can hit me hard. Um, that's material possession. It's a piece of metal. It's a piece of metal. Uh, when people project, it lets me know how important your car is to you. You know what's important? A bus pass. A bus pass. Make yourself like the rest of the community that can't afford a car. And then maybe you won't have that road rage anymore because you don't have anywhere to go very quickly. Yeah. Everybody needs to ride the bus. Everybody in a Range Rover needs a fucking bus pass. You know why I say that? Especially when you see one person in the Range Rover is one of the largest cars, right? It takes up the most space on the road. That, to me, in my eyes, is a greedy person car. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care if your company pays for it, if you earned it. That car is similar to somebody who overindulges in food. Fat person, fat car. Range Rover is a greedy person's car. Range Rover, you're probably more likely to find more criminals driving Range Rovers than you will honest people. So that's just my thoughts about the Range Rover. Is overly expensive. The only reason it would ever be a good idea for someone to get is if their company makes payments on it. The car in general, I like Defenders. It's nothing against the car brand. I like a Range Rover Defender. I haven't done as much research on the Defender maybe, but the Defender doesn't, I don't think they have as many airbag suspension problems as the regular Range Rover. The regular Range Rover seems as if it's almost a setup for forced maintenance. You know, like, I don't know how expensive it is to fix that shit, but damn near every single one of them has the same problem. Electrical problems. That, like, why do people spend so much money on that car? How do you not do research? Do you not care you have that much money? Like, that is one of the stupidest cars to me. If I had enough money to buy a Land Rover, or if I had enough money to buy a Range Rover, it would be a Defender or a Discovery. Those are cars that serve a purpose. Like, but me right now, like, if I got a Defender, I would get the little one, the little baby one, because it's too big of a fucking car. And the only reason I would get it is because I'm going to get 3 big ass dogs to put in it. So, you know, one for each seat in the back, one in the front, 2 in the back. Like, that's all I would want. So Should you guys fuck around and find out and make me rich, maybe I get the car and the dogs. I'll definitely get up out of moldy space. So I don't know. That's one way you could get me out of here. Fuck around and find out. You did already though, and I think that's where we're at right now. Everybody's finding out. Everybody's finding out I'm not a crackhead. All right. All right. You know what else? For the people out there who have been extra vicious to me, extra insensitive, extra pushy towards trying to make me into a criminal, how's karma treating you right now? What what is going on in your life? Did you post it on Instagram so everybody could see? Just the good stuff though. How is karma treating you? I don't have to do anything. That's what you guys are like trying to make me upset or mad. I just watch the news. If I watch the news, all of that shit goes out the window. I'm like, oh my gosh, they got arrested today. Right? And then all these little people who bother me in the hallway every day don't matter. I know why you're here. Look at who got arrested. So who's getting arrested tomorrow? We're gonna have another big one. Bill O'Salley's really busy. He been so busy. He been in California for a minute too, huh? Who else? Dr. Oz. How did he get that job? Who put Dr. Oz in there? Um, that's a question. It's a real question. Maybe I should do research on that because he seems really big on it. I don't necessarily have complaints about what he's doing. I'm just curious as to how Dr. Oz got involved in this. Uh, Maybe because he pays his taxes and he's like, damn, nobody else gives a fuck. So he decided to step in. Um, but so Dr. Oz going back to hospice care, going back to crimes committed against people in order to steal their money, their wealth. So let's talk about it. There's a lot of people out there that, okay, so example, West Hollywood just flooded, right? How many of those units were elderly people, 70 years old, etc.? Maybe they don't have anybody else to help them or take care of them, right? So let's say that one lady, that the Persian Iranian lady that was on there asking for help, for anybody to come and help, and like whatever, they brought the cameras in their house. So first of all, they just showed everybody everything that's in her house. They know that she's going to have to leave it soon to get it restored, renovations done. And then like it's almost pretty obvious that she's there by herself, right? Nobody's there to help her. So what happens if she's not able to get all her shit cleaned up? Supposedly she has to go and file a claim with the LADWP, right? Depending on how many people are in front of her is going to determine how long it takes for her to get her shit fixed. If she has no help and is stuck in an apartment for anything more than 24 hours with that much water, this heat, no electricity, her whole entire apartment is fucked. It was fucked before. It was fucked as soon as the water entered the door. So now she has to figure some fucking shit out. And until if she has no other place to, if she really has no other place to go, then you don't know, maybe her car was in the garage and her car also got destroyed. Those people lost so much unknowingly, unsuspectingly. So my situation, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad because it could be worse. There's two people that were walking on the sidewalk in West Hollywood that got sucked up in that shit. No, we're not talking about those people, are we? I want to go look and see what happened to those people. But anyways, as far as the old lady, the 70-year-old lady with the issues and the water, it can happen to anybody. So why would you in your 30s or 40s or even 50s go out and be hurtful and hateful towards another person you do not fucking know. You don't know how strong my karma is. You don't know how strong that shit's gonna come back and get you. So what I do what I say I do, and the energies I put out into the universe, they work for me. That's why I'm here. That's why I can smile about this. Because I've come up against many life or death situations. Maybe you could call me a cat. I kind of look catty a little bit. And that's all I'm saying is, like, before you go and do harmful things to other people, consider yourself as a grandma, or maybe you don't have kids. Just, it's hard though. I live in a building where people do hard drugs, so they're not thinking about tomorrow. Even they're depressed and they don't want to wake up tomorrow, and we're the opposite. So I hope that I can inspire people. Just quit cold turkey. Be like, I'm gonna deal with all the fucking shit. Find something to do. Right now, if you live in this building and you got a bunch of shit in your apartment, it's a good time to throw it out. This whole building's fucked. Every time that steam cleaner comes through here, fucks that shit up even more. The floor is not getting dried. When you steam clean, you have to put a fan out and dry the motherfucking floor if you know that there's mold spores. At 4 a.m., humidity is 85% outside. 85% is mold growing heaven. If you have your windows open and you have mold spores in your apartment and it's 85% humidity and it's getting into your apartment, you are guaranteed to have mold in corners and areas where no wind flow gets. You just have stagnant, moist air in your apartment. It's worse for the people every floor, right? It's worse. Higher up you go, the hotter it gets. If my apartment is 90 degrees with the doors closed, no air conditioner, I can't imagine the rest. But another thing, if you are one of those fortunate people that has the little roachy bugs and an air conditioner, make sure you clean that water tank. That's the reason I don't have an air conditioner, because I don't want any reason for no motherfucking bugs in this bitch. There's no standing water. Only standing water is my cat's water bowl. So, yeah, we don't do that. And then I wipe my sink. Every time I wash my hands or wash my dishes, I clean around my sink. Because we don't do that. We don't do that. That's what's her name? They was trying to make fun. I don't know. I'm not taking it personally, but the whole overuse of paper towels and what were they doing? Oh, they were hand blending a mocktail. You're not making fun of me. You guys are alcoholics and have drug problems. That's not making fun of me. And your mocktail is not even a superfood. Mine has acai in it. It's super, bitch. So, and the overuse of paper towels is the reason why I'm not worried about mold in my apartment, because the paper towel cleans that shit up. And it gets it out of I don't have to wash that shit. So, no, it's silly and sad to see if that is supposed to be trolling me. It's silly and sad to see celebrities who know me. What's even sadder is if I don't know you. That's even sadder. So wipe it away. That's Tracy Ellis Ross. Have a good day. I think I've met her before. She wasn't trolly in person. Diana Ross's daughter. Are you... This is an honest question. I know she's made her own money. I used to watch 227, right? Weren't you on that? But would you be considered a nepo baby? Like you didn't have to really work for shit because it was handed to you. Oh, it's really easy to just wipe the counter clean. Wipe it. Clock it. Um, and then what else? Uh, yeah, that doesn't bother me. I think that if I have somebody like that trolling me, you've made me a celebrity. So thank you. Put my picture everywhere. Make sure you know my name. Make sure you say it correctly. I have done nothing for celebrity status. Oh my gosh. Should I like start marketing or something? Should I like start selling shirts, holding a stack of paper towels, maybe an O-cedar mop? Maybe. I figure, I don't know. I don't know what it's like to have that much money and that much time. Right? I think if I had that much money, I would spend my time doing other things, right? But if you need attention, I mean, it's a good way to market yourself as a troll. That's why social media is weird. Like, it's the little things you don't understand. Like, what is the point of that? Oh, I just noticed two things that I do pretty regularly, um, neither of which are illegal. Did you want to come and clean my counters? I just cleaned one today, like that. How much money did you make off of that? I'm sure. That's another funny thing. If you don't have ideas to make money that don't include making fun of me, but I'm sure you do. It's just easy money. Mm. Oh, to not give a shit about social media. It doesn't do anything for. Like, I can't imagine. Imagine, let's say, being an Instagram model and then being cut down to life as a normal person. That's sad. But that, you know what? When I saw a video of that girl. She still looks fine. Like, she didn't look like the people she was hanging out with. She's just there because that's her situation. So she'll get back. I think she'll get back if she doesn't start doing that funny twacky shit. It's a similar situation. She got set up with a confidential informant or something and got her shit fucked up. Everybody, damn near everybody. If you're out there, listen. There's so many people around me who are actually confidential informants. I can guarantee it. It's the funny energies. So if you're out there trying to meet people in the wild, you have a good chance of running into a confidential informant. And so then you think you're going out to dinner with a friend, but that person is then going to offer you some shit, right? So right now, everybody in Los Angeles is in the midst of getting set up. If you do not have a pure energy, pure soul, pure heart, pure mind, there's somebody out there who has been tasked to get 10 people to buy drugs or to get 10 people to sell them drugs, right? So when I buy weed, I give it away. I'm not a drug dealer. I'll give it away. I just give it away. I'm not selling it to you. There's no laws broken. I could just drop it and you could pick it up. So, yeah, no. I can name informants that I've given weed to. There's a lady next to the Target in a white dress, right? And I wondered, is she over 18? Because I didn't want to give someone under 18 weed. And I just figured, I asked her, do you smoke? And she said she smoked. So I gave her weed. Right? That's not a sales or dealer. No, that's, I saw somebody who was in a situation who might benefit from something I could give to them. Right? It's hard out here for a pimp. She had on so little clothes. Right? And then the next day I seen her hanging out by my apartment. That's how I know it was an informant. Uh, Anytime I see you more than once, it's almost guaranteed I know you're an informant. Depends on where I see you at. And I almost definitely will remember. That's my favorite part about this. It's a test of my skills. You ever play the memory game, Guess Who? That was one of my favorite games. So I definitely match the faces. Matching them. Every day. And the funniest ones are like when I do have to go to work, and I ride the bus, the ones that show up, because the time that I leave, it's like a whole hour span between when I leave. Sometimes I'll go and I'll get there early. Sometimes I'll be late. So when I catch the same person who wants to be on the same fucked up schedule as me, guaranteed it's a gang stalker. Today, when I got home, I was recorded by somebody mysteriously hanging out by the mailbox with a big old suitcase, and they stood there the entire time that I was there. There was a person who immediately after I walked in the door, I guess their timing was off, so they didn't get to the door so they could slam it like how they have been. I was able to make it fully inside the door, shut it softly, respectfully, and then within 2 or 3 seconds, 5 seconds or whatever, a lady and a man pulled up to the door, tugged on the door. I don't know if they pretended to call somebody, but they definitely did not have a means to access the building, and they didn't get in. I don't know if they were expecting me to open the door for them. But all of this trying to look like we're associates, we're not. We're not. Zero. None of you guys. It's not a person in this building that I associate with. Only associate would be old school Dave on here. It's not an associate. I don't know who the fuck that is. Right? So you can come and comment on my thing as much as you want. It doesn't matter if you're... That's the beauty of YouTube. I don't have to know you. It's not like we're having a conversation in the hallway that's on a videotape so you could send it to somebody. This is like a public access channel. Anybody could watch it. So, no, we're not accomplices. Based on the feedback that I hear when I laugh really loud, I think that you're a neighbor who lives somewhere close to me. That... I don't know, maybe you're one of the people that I think is creepy in the hallway. At least you're not creepy on YouTube. That's like, how do I block you in real life? That's a funny thing. That's, I know somebody that's got a shirt that says that. That shit's funny as fuck. Oh, you're in Texas? That's the wrong place. It's so hot out there. No, it's the wrong place. I like Texas. It's open carry, right? You can carry. It's less gang stalkers out there, I think. It's more people who will shoot your ass. But it's a little bit too hot for me over there. A little bit too hot. I don't know how people choose that. Like, how do people move from California? Imagine packing up your house in a 90-degree weather and you moving out to 120-degree weather and you're just like, you're going to be happy. No. My God. Imagine, like, California, you lose your job, go hang out at the beach, right? Shit. Texas, where are you going to go hang out? You're going to be sweaty. You got to go to the mall? Sweaty, stinky ass at the mall? Oh, my God. 120 degrees. You're going to be in the car. Your car got to have air conditioning. You got to have a car. Like, what? But it's cheaper to live out there. I don't know. How is Texas? What's the weather right now? What's your humidity? Is my question. So, I can smell my breath. It's stinky. Only bad if you're really close, maybe. It's more has to do with not eating anything. I haven't eaten today. Oh, I did. I had a hot dog. Costco hot dog. That's why I'm not that hungry. But I am gonna make some dinner. It's getting late. It's too late. I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'll see you. Okay. Bye. No, really. I'm gonna go now. But take care, everybody. I'm so curious as to if this little big old cockeye has anything to do with like nerves and pressure on my nerves, because I feel like if I lean this way, I could make it look normal. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. No, that's like sticky. That's the reason I got a towel on my couch. I'm not trying to get sticky. Ew. You like that? How do you know who the tall lady man in the building is? You heard me talk about her before? Apparently, it's a few of them. I don't know if they've got like a staging area up there. Um, the ladies today asked if I needed help, and I don't. And I want everyone to know that I live in a building with no elevator by choice. I don't need your help on the stairs. If I need your help, I'm not afraid to ask. Um, I have almost fallen down those stairs a couple times because the cart's been too heavy. Uh, Sometimes it makes me think like, you guys know I'm handicapped, and some of those people you send to make sure I don't fall down the stairs. Uh, but going down is not a problem. It's the going up part, because that's my back. That's everything. Going up is a bitch. So, um, but I wouldn't bring out my shopping cart if I needed help, really. Like, that's why I got the shopping cart, because I can't carry all that shit on my back. So, that's why I had a service dog. Service dog had a 25-pound weight limit, though. It's 1/4 of their body weight. She could only carry 25 pounds for me. Um, yep. You got it? Did you get it? Did you want to see my MRI where it shows the cervical lordosis of my neck? And then you should do research on the pain that's associated with having a neck that's straight versus a curve in it. And then people could understand why I smoke weed. But we're just gonna deal with it now. Do Oh, okay. Do you What was I gonna say? Chronic pain. Um, how do I describe it? I don't know if there's anything worse than when I'm on my period. And like there are times when I'm on my period. As of late, it's been like every time I'm on my period, there's like one day where I don't want to do shit, and sometimes I have to. Not just don't want to, like literally can't. Literally every 2 hours, I'll bleed through that shit. I can't go anywhere. So that's right. That's what you need me to say. That's what Chase Hughes would say. You need to find the one that says that's right. Are you the one that yelled at me on the stairs and called me a stalker? That's another thing they've been trying to make me look like. Hey, Ray-Ban did the best thing ever. I don't even care to use those Ray-Ban goggle glasses. I used to have the Bose headphones that were sunglasses, that somebody broke, I think. I'm not on my period, so it's manageable. I'm not on my period, and my couch is memory foam, so we're chilling. Um, right, everything's pretty good right now. This is this is the straightening of my neck. You can see it. My shit's straight. Other people's neck goes back like that, and they got a curve to it. Mine does not. Um, but what was I gonna say? Ray-Ban just said that they're going to disable your camera. I think it is if you mess with the little flashy light. I'm just gonna cover up the whole camera. I just want it for the headphones. And like I said, I used to have the Bose eyeglasses headphones, but they broke. Or somebody came in my apartment and broke them. But if it's electrical, I could fix it. I just gotta take that shit apart. It's nano electric though. I don't know if I have a solder tip that small. Pretty much, that's all I think I have to do. One of those cables came loose or whatever. The cable to the charger, I think, came loose. So once I fix that, I'll throw those Ray-Bans away. You guys could dig through the trash for them. Oh, you can't dig through it's so full right now. Did you see that video? I posted a video of why people have roaches. People have roaches because we can't throw our trash out. I was able to throw my trash out. Thankful because I've had it in here all week. No roaches. Little baby one. I saw a little baby one though. I did. Killed it. So, but that's why humidity is important. If the humidity is 35-40%, they're not even going to come to your house. They're looking for water. So that's it. Don't you love my Lego flowers? Oh my God. Am I missing any? I am. I am missing some because I don't work next to the Lego store no more. That's why it's funny. All these V2K voices keep bringing up my former employer. And it's like, that's a former employer. I don't even work there no more. Why do you think I would care? Once you get out of a place, especially if you get out of a place for a reason, that's not triggering. I got out of there. I got out of there before everybody knew about that shit. I'm so thankful. Right? Imagine if I had accepted a full-time position there. I would have been fucked. Well, I don't know. I'm counting on them to get out of it because how are you big-time attorneys like that and that's the shit that's going on? Like, there's got to be a misunderstanding or something. So I'm just waiting. I can't wait to see. I can't believe that I have a connection to a place that's named in something like that. I can't believe it. So I don't want to add to that right now. I can add after I get to believe it. I don't want to do no damage, no harm. I think I've done enough. Right? All I have to do is stay facts. Why do people tell you not to take notes? They don't want you to take notes because why? That's my favorite. Why do you think I got so many fucking pens? Before the fountain pens, it was pens. Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 of them put together. So I used to, back when I worked next to the Lego store, because I used to eat out every day, 10 to 15 bucks every day. You add that up, it's like $50 or more. If you include the Starbucks, you're spending like $100 a week on food and coffee. And instead of doing that, I would once a month buy myself a Lego bouquet. It's like 50 bucks. And then I think I put like $200 into some kind of Lego set. And that was because I wasn't using that money for fast food and I wasn't drinking Starbucks. So all of this is budgeted. It's nothing like, I'm not like crazy Lego hoarder. No, every month, like I got the roses for my birthday. Um, they have pink roses. I didn't go and buy those. Right? There's more shit out there I could have bought. I don't know. I want those orchids, but there's a set. You got to get all of it. It's like 4 of them. Each one's $30. 3, 6, 9, 12, 12, 15, $150. I don't know if I want to spend $150. Maybe, but not right now. Right now, I gotta deal with the fucking shit that's going on in my apartment. So, yeah. If you're part of a confidential informant program, I'm telling on you. Oh, and the funniest thing I remember out of this whole thing is somebody telling me snitches get stitches. Do you know what? I don't consider stating facts, snitching. What I consider snitching is like telling on someone that you don't like. Why? Like, if it doesn't involve you, it shouldn't involve you. The reason I had to say anything about anybody in this building is because they kept involving me in things. I don't want to be involved with you. I will talk about you though. I don't consider that snitching. You involved me with you. If I'm just witnessing from afar with no involvement, I'm not saying shit. That's your shit to do. The second it affects me, that's when I start saying shit. So, the whole purpose of all this overt harassment in the hallway is to make me portray a narrative of myself as a snitch. I'm just going to come on here and snitch on everybody all day, every day. No, I'd much rather talk about myself. That's more interesting. It's more interesting. But I will document what happens to me in the hallway because I have a feeling this is part of something highly illegal. And whoever out there gets access to these videos are designed to help people who are experiencing the same thing, to show people that if you've already been through the pits of hell, keep talking. It only gets better. Or eventually 3 months, 6 months, 10 months, 10 years, 20 years down the line, I will suffer the consequences of opening my mouth, and we'll see how much better it gets. But I want to make sure everybody knows that I can sense the energies of people around me playing very stupid games with me. And when I was watching that confidential informant video, I'm not supposed to know you guys are informants, but how come I could pick you out every single time, sight unseen? I could pick you out when you're driving a car in front of me like a jackass. Didn't even see your ass. Green Elantra. Didn't even see your ass. I just seen you acting funny next to me. I seen you driving funny next to me, and I was like, oh, this bitch trying to block me in so that she wants to make me angry. But my car's the 6-second car. We just drove next to each other though. It was a whole lot of like, it's traffic. It's no way I'm ever gonna get in front of you in traffic. So it's not worth getting angry over. You just made me notice you before you, as soon as you saw me, I knew you were an informant. And it's like that every time. Just about. I wonder how many times I let people pass. Like today, Costco, I didn't care too much. The wheelchair person was one. Can I say that there were others? I'm sure. Oh, there were people that tried to stand next to me in line when I was checking out. There was a set, at least one, possibly two. And when I say that, I mean, they tried to do the follow from the front, or, I don't know how to do it, but I don't know how to describe it. It's just like their pace changes with your pace. So if I'm walking slow, fast, fast, slow, they also walk slow, fast, fast, slow. And that's how I could tell. too much attention focused on me. Definitely, you guys give yourselves away, and I don't know how many of you guys are going to continue to be stupid about the direction you point your feet in. The direction you point your feet in, especially when you're waiting for the bus. I'll tell you what reasonable is. Reasonable is either direction, right? Really, you could just be watching traffic, or, but the second that your feet change based on my position changing, I know you're watching me. So what I like to do when I'm in a place where I'm expected to stand still, I'll stand still for a while. I'll get a gauge of your body language, and then I'm going to switch to the other side of you. And if all of your attention focuses on me and switches when I switch, I know you're following me. I know you're a stalker. Because in life in general, everyone's neutral. In life in general, when you don't like something, you avoid it. So that's how I know. That's the reason I'm not terrified, because you guys are enjoying this way too much to not like me. And then the fangirl at fucking Home Depot yesterday, icing on my fucking cake, that motherfucking body language micro expression shit was pure fucking stalking me. That girl has spent hours trying to find out everything about me, and she was so excited to see me in the store. Am I still the same person that you think I am? I sound different even. So, right? Go watch those videos. Watch the video of me at the Subaru dealership trying to log into my MindPath Health visit, and then watch today's video and see if I even sound the same. No, I don't, because my cognitive the way I think has shifted back to normal, because I can identify you. And with that, I'll say have a good night.